Once upon a time, there was a village beside a deep, dark forest. The forest was ancient, with towering trees and a thick canopy. The village was small and cozy, with thatched cottages and cobblestone streets. Everyone knew each other. The people were kind and happy, living simple lives, tending to farms and animals, and gathering for festivals. Among them were two children, Tom and Lily, best friends, always exploring the village and the forest edges.
I always wanted more. I would daydream about a life of luxury. I wished for riches, imagining gold coins and precious gems. I dreamt of having it all, living in a grand mansion and never wanting for anything.
Lily was different. She found joy in simple things. She was kind and smart, always curious about the world. Lily loved books and stories, spending hours lost in their pages. She believed knowledge was the greatest treasure, more valuable than gold.
True wealth lies in knowledge and understanding. That was something I always believed.
Every day, Tom wandered the village streets, looking for ways to get rich. He peeked into shops, hoping to find forgotten treasures or valuable items. He listened to gossip, searching for clues to hidden fortunes, believing a secret was waiting to be discovered. Lily spent her days in the village library, her sanctuary, escaping into different worlds. She devoured books of all kinds, from fairy tales to scientific journals. She learned about history, science, and faraway lands. Each book was a new adventure, a treasure trove of knowledge. One sunny afternoon, Tom decided to explore the woods beyond the village. The villagers always spoke of the woods with fear and respect. They whispered tales of strange creatures and magical happenings. But Tom, driven by curiosity, paid no heed to their warnings.
I ventured deeper into the woods, my eyes peeled for any sign of treasure. The trees grew taller and denser, their branches intertwining overhead. The sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, casting long shadows on the forest floor. The air grew still and heavy, filled with rustling leaves and distant calls of unseen creatures. I felt a shiver run down my spine, but I pressed on, my desire for riches overriding my fear.
As Tom pushed his way through a thicket of thorns, he stumbled upon a clearing, and there, lying open on a moss-covered stone, was a book. This was no ordinary book. It was bound in leather the color of emeralds, and its pages shimmered with an otherworldly light.
I cautiously approached the book, my heart pounding with excitement. I had never seen anything like it. As I reached out to touch it, the book seemed to pulse with a strange energy. I hesitantly opened the cover and began to read. The words on the pages were unlike any I had ever seen. They seemed to shift and dance before my eyes, whispering promises of untold wealth and power.
Suddenly, a small, ornate pen tumbled out from the ancient book, landing softly on the wooden floor with a delicate clink. It was crafted from silver and adorned with a single sparkling ruby that seemed to catch the light in a mesmerizing way. As soon as Tom picked it up, he felt a surge of power, an electrifying sensation that made his heart race. He knew this was no ordinary pen. It was as if the pen itself was whispering secrets to him. This was the source of the book's magic, the key to unlocking its hidden potential.
I started to write in the book, my hand moving with a life of its own, guided by an unseen force. The pen seemed to guide my thoughts, whispering suggestions of riches and power. I wrote of chests overflowing with gold, of houses adorned with jewels, of a life of luxury.
With each word he wrote, the pen glowed brighter, its ruby pulsing with a sinister light. As Tom wrote, Lily was at the library, engrossed in an ancient volume with tales of magic and mystery. This book spoke of a magical book and a wicked pen, a pen that could grant wishes, but at a terrible cost. It warned of the pen's power to twist desires into dangerous obsessions. Lily felt a pang of worry. She knew Tom's weakness for riches and feared he might be in danger.
Oh no, Tom might be in danger. I must find him before it's too late. She hurried through the village, asking everyone if they had seen him.
Write more, Tom. Imagine the wealth, the power. It can all be yours. The pen's voice was insistent, seductive, promising everything he ever wanted.
Tom rushed back to the village, clutching the book and pen tightly. He locked himself in his room and began to write furiously.
Vast fields of wheat, orchards bursting with fruit, a king's ransom in precious gems.
And as he wrote, the pen delivered. Gold coins appeared in his pockets, jewels materialized on his fingers. Food magically appeared on his table.
Finally, I have everything I've ever wanted.
At first, Tom was ecstatic. He had everything he'd ever desired and more. He feasted on delicacies, adorned himself in finery, and boasted of his newfound wealth to anyone who would listen. But as the days turned into nights, a change came over Tom. His initial joy curdled into an insatiable hunger for more. He became obsessed with the book and pen, spending every waking moment writing, always wanting more, never content. Meanwhile, the pen's magic began to seep beyond Tom's little room. The lies he wrote started to affect the village. The baker's bread turned to stone. The cows stopped giving milk. The villagers, influenced by the pen's magic, turned against each other, their hearts filled with suspicion and envy.
What is happening to our village? This isn't right.
Lily noticed these strange happenings with growing concern. She remembered the warnings in the old book and realized with a sinking heart that Tom must have found the magical book and the wicked pen. She knew she had to help her friend before his greed destroyed him and their village.
Tom, don't you see what this greed is doing to you? It's not too late to set things right.
Lily found Tom in his room, surrounded by his ill-gotten gains, his eyes glazed over, mumbling incoherently about wealth and power. The room reeked of greed and desperation. Lily realized that the pen's magic had a firm hold on Tom.
Lily, I need to finish this. The power, the wealth.
Tom, lost in his delusional world of riches, barely acknowledged Lily's presence. He brushed her aside, muttering about finishing his latest inscription, his obsession with the pen's power consuming him entirely. Lily knew that simply talking to Tom wouldn't be enough. She had to find a way to break the pen's hold over him. Remembering the ancient book, she rushed back to the library, her mind racing. She found the passage describing the pen and read it carefully. The book explained that the pen's magic could only be broken by an act of selfless truth. Someone had to write a truth, a pure and selfless truth, with the pen to break its spell.
This is it, the only way to save Tom.
Lily raced back to Tom, her heart pounding with a mix of hope and fear. She knew what she had to do. She gently took the pen from Tom's grasp and began to write in the book. She wrote of Tom's inherent goodness, of his kind heart buried beneath layers of greed. She wrote of the village's unity and their love for each other.
Lily, what are you doing?
As she wrote, the pen resisted, its light flickering erratically, but Lily pressed on, pouring all her belief in Tom, in the inherent goodness within him, into each word. The room began to shimmer and shake as the pen fought against the truth. But Lily held firm, her resolve unwavering.
Come on, just a little more.
The pen grew warm, its light flaring brightly before fading to a gentle glow. It was as if the pen had a soul, now at peace. The book, once dark, now emanated a comforting warmth. It was no longer a source of fear, but a beacon of hope. The magical items were cleansed, the wicked spell broken. They now symbolized redemption and the power of good.
What happened? Tom's voice was shaky, filled with confusion and relief.
Tom, freed from the pen's grip, looked around his room. It now seemed foreign and unwelcoming. He saw the piles of worthless trinkets, remnants of his greed. Each item, once coveted, now appeared as mere clutter. He saw the worry in Lily's eyes and understood his mistake. Her eyes, once admiring, now reflected sorrow. He realized true wealth lay in friendship, knowledge, and kindness. Shared laughter, study sessions, and small acts of kindness were the real treasures.
Lily, I'm so sorry. I see it now. His voice was filled with genuine remorse.
From that day, Tom and Lily kept the book and pen as reminders of the lessons they had learned. They became symbols of their journey and wisdom. They used the book to record stories of courage and kindness, sharing them with the village. The stories inspired integrity and compassion. The tale of Tom, Lily, the magical book, and the wicked pen became a village legend, reminding all that true wealth lies in wisdom, kindness, and truth. The story was passed down through generations, ensuring the lessons were never forgotten.